If you just started in badminton and are wondering how you can improve your skills, welcome. This is the YouTube channel to follow. We will take you through everything you need to know, including the grip, how to hit the basic shots. This is the part 1, so we're going to focus on the technique. We will do a part 2 where we're going to focus on the footwork. I'm Flemming Quach, and this is Basic Feather. Basic Feather is a brand founded by myself, plus Morten, the former All England champion. What we want to do at Basic Feather is create high quality products with a simple design at reasonable prices. So if you haven't heard about Basic Feather before, please check us out at basicfeather.com. We would love your feedback, so please let us know. So the first fundamental grip in badminton is the forehand grip. Some like to call it the hammer grip. I like to call it the hello grip because it's pretty simple. You have your racket in front of you here, as I do in the video, and then basically I just greet the racket and say hello. That's how I taught it, so I hope this makes sense to you as well. When you have the forehand grip, it's really important that you keep quite relaxed, so that means it's in your fingers and not tight in your palm. Keep the racket loose, so I have some space and the racket can kind of move when I'm relaxed with my arm and shake the racket like this. So when you have your forehand grip or your hello/hammer grip, when I hold it, I do have like a V between my thumb and my index finger. That's really important to have. And when I'm standing here and look at my racket, my V, the bottom of the V, should be slightly on the left side of the shaft. That's what I would recommend you to do. So I want to focus on the backhand grip, which is the second fundamental grip in badminton. The backhand grip is based on the forehand grip. So I can start with the hello grip that we just went through. And basically the only thing that I need to do is to take my thumb and move it to kind of the edge that I have here on my grip. If I move it up and then I turn my racket perhaps 10 degrees to the right side if I'm a right-hander, then that's enough. That's the backhand grip. So the most important to generate power on your backhand side is this one. So the thumb, having it on the edge here on the grip. So when I want to generate power, I use my thumb and push towards the shuttle. So actually this movement that I'm doing here is enough to generate a lot of power. I have a lot of friends that just started to badminton and they feel like they have to do crazy big movements because they want to generate that power. And here the mistakes are the movement is too big and they are way too tense. So as the forehand grip, the grip here, your racket should be at your fingers. So you have a lot of space between your fingers to be able to generate the power. The power comes from you opening up and closing that gap that you get from the relaxed grip. So the most basic shot in badminton is to serve. Without being able to serve, it's really difficult to play badminton. So I'm gonna take you through the forehand serve, and guess what? We're gonna use the forehand grip for that one. Of course, I have my left arm where I hold the shuttle. As I will say a few times in this video, the key is staying super relaxed with your grip, so it's in your fingers and not being super tight. I'm gonna say it a few times, but this is the key in badminton. So again, the relaxed grip, forehand, and then the basics are actually, I hold my shuttle here, and then I have a step where I step 1, where I prepare my racket. Step 2, I pull it back. And step 3, I do the swing where I go from downwards to upwards. So I'm able to get that balloon swing in the shuttle. So this is 1, 2 where I pull it back, and 3 where I'm going from downwards and playing the shuttle upwards. So let's try and see how it looks. 1, 2, drop, and step 3. That's how you should do the serve. So how I stand when preparing my serve. If I'm a right-hander, I like to stay with my left foot in front of me and my right foot slightly behind. There are a lot of ways of how to stand. Some like to stand side by side. A few players like to stand with the right foot in front if they're right-hander. I would say the majority, they are standing with their left foot in front and the right slightly backwards and having the shuttle here and serving. It's really important to keep both of your feet on the ground, so I'm actually not allowed to lift one foot while I'm serving according to the rules. So both feet need to stick to the ground, and then I do the serve, and then I can do whatever afterwards. Another fundamental shot in badminton is the clear. First of all, the clear is the shot going from your baseline to your opponent's baseline. So the longest distance, I would say, in the court, going from baseline or rear court to baseline and rear court. That's a clear. To be able to play the clear, I would recommend you to use the forehand grip. And as I've mentioned, in badminton, in any shot that you want to do, have a relaxed grip. It's not helping you to keep your racket super tight in your hand. It needs to be super relaxed. That's where you generate the most power. So I want to take you through the steps in how to play the clear. And I would say there are kind of 3 steps in how you prepare in playing the clear. The first one is the prep. That's where you have your elbow up. The second one is where you pull your racket back. And the third one is, of course, when you hit the shuttle. I'd almost say this movement is very similar if I gave you a ball in your hand and I asked you to throw it as long as possible. So if I have my shuttle here and I want to throw it as long as possible, I just prepare here, I pull my shuttle back, and then I generate the power. It's actually exactly the same movement in badminton when you want to play the clear. So this movement that I've done here, that's actually what we want to transfer in your clear. As I mentioned, the forehand grip, we prepare here, then we relax in our grip, pull our racket back, and as you can see, my racket is only in my fingers. It's not super tight, because if it is, I'm not able to generate the power. So prepare, pull my racket back, and when I want to hit the shuttle, that's where I kind of close my racket towards my palm and generate that power at the end. So I prepare here, pull my racket back, have my grip relaxed, and then at the very end, I close this gap that I created between my fingers and palms to hit the shuttle, and I do a full rotation with my arm. So the power is generated from doing a closure on this gap, so I'm able to play this clear. So as I mentioned, it is like throwing a tennis ball, a shuttle, whatever. It's exactly the same movement. I'd like to focus as well on one mistake that I often see with my friends that just started to badminton. What they do is they are having the front towards the net. That's mistake number 1. The grip, they are usually doing a pan grip, so they're not really holding the forehand grip as I do here. They're having like a pan grip, and then they're just doing this movement. And that's why they can't generate the power. So I need, if I'm a right-hander, the left side towards the net, prepare here, 1, 2, and 3, and then I can do a rotation. That's, I would say, kind of the basic steps in how to play the clear. If I use my friends again as an example that just started to badminton, and the reason why they're not able to play a good clear is because they are super tense. They believe, because they want to get the shuttle to fly as long as possible, that they need to use a lot of muscles, and they really want to, you can see in their entire body, in their entire face, that they want to really push that shuttle. But the key in playing a good clear is actually to stay super relaxed all the way. So I'm relaxed here in my body, in my shoulder, in my grip, and I pull my racket back. And then at the very end, so this is what generates the power. Not being able to use your full body and using all your muscles. So staying relaxed is actually the key to generate power. So another basic shot in badminton is the drop shot. First of all, the drop shot is when you get a shuttle above your head on the baseline, the rear court. And the drop shot is the short one, so the one where you play it to the net. So it's a bit slower shot going from your baseline towards your opponent's net. That is the drop shot. So the grip you use when you want to play the drop shot is the forehand grip. So please remember to have a relaxed grip. The more you relax, the easier it actually becomes to play this shot. So when the shuttle comes and I get under the shuttle, sort of say, I prepare and then I have my elbow up here. So my left arm is for balance, my right arm is to prepare. I would say having your elbow almost at your shoulder height, that's a pretty good rule of thumb. So that's step one. Step two is then to pull your racket back. Your elbow moves a bit in the front and you pull your racket back as I've shown here. So step one, step two, and then I want to hit the shuttle. I move the racket up, reaches as high as possible. As you can see, my left arm automatically pulls in because then I can do a full rotation here. So that's step one. This is step two. And then I hit the shuttle, which is step three, and then I do a rotation. So because I want to play the drop shot, when I hit the shuttle, I don't need to add a lot of power in my arm. Actually, I just need to almost do a rotation, keeping my grip relaxed, just do a rotation, and then it automatically will have the beautiful drop at the net. So we have taken you through the basics of badminton, the forehand grip, the backhand grip, how to serve, the clear, what it is, how to do it, the drop, what it is, and how to do it. It's a complicated game. Badminton is difficult, but I really hope, first of all, you enjoy the game. That's what it's all about. Watch this video a few times, hopefully you'll get a few tips and tricks, or keep watching our YouTube channel. We do have a lot of good badminton content for you. If you need some additional tips and tricks, you're also more than welcome to leave something in the comment and we'll try to get back to you. Thank you for watching this video.